Всем привет, на связи Интербригада, и сегодня мы поговорим с добровольцем из Франции. Hello,
Здравствуйте, товарищ.
please introduce yourself.
Yes. I'm добровольцы француз. I come from Bretagne, район Запад France, and I joined your opportunity in February 15 года, and I continue to fight during 7 years in front of information and in front of military front, and I'm happy to meet you.
We're happy to meet you too. Why did you join the army of Donetsk People Republic?
I respond of call of my heart because during my life I'm not so young, but in my heart I was always young, but I respond of the call against mondialism, globalization, and during my little life I help every time the freedom of people in Africa, in Asia, in Южная America. And when I observe the Maidan, I decide after the mass murder of Odessa, of Lugansk, Donetsk, Mariupol, I decide to join Donetsk for maybe information and help, because I was old French officer. During the first time of my life, I was officer in French army, and I decide maybe I can continue to work for the freedom of people.
What is your military specialization?
My first military specialization is like in Russia, it's like GRU. I was officer in VDV, Francouz VDV, and during my military experience is during the Cold War. And during this time I observed the Warsaw Pact force. I observe East Germany, Polski force, and Czechoslovakia, Czechoslovakia army and Russian army. And after I understand all this fucking theater, Occident, and the truth is Tam East, Tam Vostok. After this first time in the French army, I observe, I understand many things. I joined global anti-globalization movement, and when the Maidan start, I decide to join this Donbass, because Donbass is for me is the first line of the new war against mondialism.
We think it is true also.
Yes.
Do people of Britain, where from, have some separatist thoughts?
You know, history of my country, it's a poor history, because France make captation of my country, and for example, when Turchinov arrived in power in Kiev, Turchinov decided not speak Russian language, like my country. The French government explained my grandfather, my father in school, you must speak only French language, not Breton language. It's the same fascist. It's a unique South. It's, for me, it's impossible, because you understand, my God is the nature. I'm Yazishnik, and the nature, it's a diversity of the life, and like in human world, human world, it's a great world because this world is founded on diversity, diversity of ethnic community, diversity of religion community, diversity of culture community, and we need to conserve this diversity. And I'm not agree with all ideology explain you must follow this way. You must follow this ideology. No. For survive inside the life, you must conserve and protect the diversity, all diversity. And it's a multipolarity world against this fucking polarity, unique polarity of USA and globalization. And I go here in Donbass and I meet very, very great people. In my poor life, I meet different people in Africa, in Asia, in South America. But the more great experience I live, it's inside Donbass, because people around us is very not exaggeration in my world. It's a ghetto, ocean ghetto of Europe, and I love these people. I love this little country, because this little country it's a concentration of the life, of the love and the truth and the freedom.
What do you think? Will be Britain? Sorry for my sorry for my pronunciation. Will be next some hot point in the world?
I think in West Europa maybe people wake, but not wake in Paris, in Madrid, in Berlin. Wake in the peripheric country, because in peripheric country you can find tradition community, not crazy community, but community conserve the honor of grandfather. Community conserve the good relation with the nature, with the ground, with the history, with memory, with culture. And I think maybe, I hope in my heart, I think West Europa wake against globalism, against wokeism. Wokeism is a new word for explain LGBTQ, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. It's crazy. It's a nihilism. It's a destruction of all tradition. But I think in France, for example, you have Bretagne, you have Corsica, Ostrov Corsica, you have Basque, you have Alsace. It's a peripheric rayon, and in this peripheric rayon you have people conserve the memory of tradition, and they want continue to live like in Donbass, like in Russia, continue to live with the heritage of father, grandfather, and nature, mother.
Okay. How do you find common language with your commanders, or maybe with your colleagues?
I speak, I understand русский язык, medium, but говорю очень плохо, очень плохо. It's my shame. It's my shame.
No, it's okay.
Because I'm not, I'm old man, and I walk alone, I live alone, and I not speak, I not work with for this language, great language. I like Pushkin, I like Tolstoy, I like your culture, but for me it's a great shame. I hope one day I put in the right side my work, and I concentrate my brain for learn your language.
So, what do you want to do after the war ends?
After the war, I think poorly. This war is a great war. It's a total war now because NATO arrived in the front line, and it's not the war against Ukrops. It's finished. It's a civilization war against the freedom world and American world. Slave under money, under South unique country, under it's a slavery system. I can't speak with everybody in Russia. Be careful. I born in France. I know exactly what is this Occidental system. I can explain this system because I come from this system. This system speak everywhere. We fight for freedom. We fight for democracy. We fight for human rights. It's a lie. It's a lie. In reality, this freedom fight only for the dictature for totalitarianism of the money, totalitarianism of the oligarch, and all people need believe like a slave, only for magazine, only for tranche. But it's not a good future. Good future is respect of all diversity in the world. And I decide to go in Russia. I decide to go with Donbass. And after this war, if God and Goddess give me life, I want continue to live maybe in a Bolshoi, yes, in Russia.
Taiga.
Yeah, Taiga. Maybe. I hope.
So it is a reason for fight. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you
for
to
your speech.
you, to your meeting. I'm very happy. Очень приятно.
Да, нам тоже очень приятно.
Очень приятно.
Благодарю вас.
Спасибо большое.